All right, good morning and thank you for being here. My name is Steve Snell. I'm the county judge for Williamson County. It's been a tough day, tough couple of days, not only in Williamson County, but throughout Central Texas. So thoughts and prayers definitely go out to our neighbors in the surrounding counties that have had to deal with the tragedy and the weather events. It's with a heavy heart that I can announce that Williamson County can confirm one death, and we still have 2 people missing. Our Sheriff, Matt Lindeman, will comment on those efforts in a minute. Right now, our focus is on recovery and finding the 2 missing people. So we have hundreds of people over the last couple of days that have spent hundreds of man-hours handling the storm and the rescue efforts. Yesterday, first responders conducted a total of 10 rescues missions and were able to save 27 people, including 16 from Hope House in Liberty Hill off County Road 285, who were evacuated by helicopter with assistance from Fort Hood and the Army. The county was also able to send out many messages, over 1,500 messages, and the county was very proactive in our known low spots, not only sending messages that the floodwaters were coming, but going door to door in an attempt to save life and property. Today, we are assessing damages. We are in recovery mode, and that is where we are going to focus our efforts. But at this time, I'd like to turn it over to the Williamson County Sheriff, Matt Lindeman.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, everyone. I am Matt Lindeman, your Williamson County Sheriff. On the 4th of July, as you all know, they had tragic flooding in Kerr County. We sent part of our Williamson County Sheriff's Office Swift Water Rescue Team to Kerr County to assist in those rescues. And then early yesterday morning, about 1:50 a.m., calls started coming in to our emergency communications about water over the road at various locations out in the Liberty Hill area. We dispatched deputies to those areas, and there was flooding being experienced at that time. At 5:08 a.m., calls came in from the Rio Ancho subdivision, which is in far western Williamson County, of water coming into homes. We dispatched our remaining members of our Swift Water Rescue Team to that subdivision. 4 rescues were conducted at that subdivision. We had to recall our Swift Water Rescue Team that we had sent to Kerr County at that point because we realized we were going to have problems here in our own county. 6:58 a.m., an individual was reportedly swept away from a vehicle on FM 1869 west of Liberty Hill. 2 people in that vehicle had driven off into the water. The car was stalled. They both got out. One was swept away. We're still looking for that person today. At 7 a.m., right after daylight, we started going door to door in Williamson County east of Georgetown because we have a couple of RV parks there that are in low-lying areas. So we were going door to door to warn those people to get out immediately so that they would not become flood victims. Most of them did. However, one was rescued a little later in the day by Swift Water Rescue Teams from Parks and Wildlife and the Sheriff's Office. A number of pets were rescued there as well. That was Shady River RV Park on Highway 29 east of Georgetown. 2:06 p.m., we received another call of a vehicle being swept away from County Road 284 west of Liberty Hill. At this time, heavy rains were still coming down, a lot of high water. At about, excuse me just a moment, about 4:41 p.m., fire crews located that vehicle. It was still partially submerged. They were able to search the interior of the vehicle and determine that no one was inside the car. The water was still around that vehicle, and it was too dangerous to look further in that area. Our deputies, along with Texas Highway Patrol and Parks and Wildlife, continue to check low water crossing areas throughout the county along the San Gabriel River, where we were experiencing severe flooding. And about 10:30 yesterday evening, communications received a call that a citizen had gone back to that partially submerged car. The water had receded, and discovered there was a body trapped underneath that vehicle. That was the one that was in the area of County Road 284. Our deputies responded back to that area and helped with extricating that person from under that vehicle. So we'll continue our efforts all day today, and I'm sorry, that was our one confirmed fatality. Our efforts continue today with ground searches along the South San Gabriel River and the area of Liberty Hill, as well as a number of drone teams that have been deployed to try to find those two missing individuals. Our heartfelt sympathy goes out to all the people affected by this in Kerr County as well as here in Williamson County. We understand that families are out there desperately wanting to know about what's going on with their loved ones that are missing. We're working hard, and we will exhaust all the efforts to find your loved ones and get them back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. As we move into recovery, we're putting together our recovery plans and beginning our preliminary damage assessment. We encourage residents to report their damage to TDEM, T-D-E-M, using the iStat tool at damage.tdem.texas.gov. County roads. Currently, Williamson County has 29 roads closed due to the flooding, debris, and damage. Crews are out today reopening roads as water recedes and debris is removed. 6 roads have damage to the pavement, and crews are working today to open up those roadways. Specifically on County Road 279, there's 2 spots between Leander and Liberty Hill that crews are working on today to get those roads passable and open. We have 5 other county roads with damage. County Roads 257, County Road 236, County Road 207, 200, and 126. And the county will respond and get those as soon as possible. I also want to thank our first responders who went out to rescue individuals during the flooding and are now working on those recovery missions. The sheriff mentioned, and I want to specifically thank our swift water rescue teams. That's one of the most dangerous way for first responders to rescue and recover bodies. Very proud that our county answered the call to go assist in Kerr County, but at the time, the next morning, they had to come and assist with Williamson County, and so they put in many man hours and are thankful for that. Also want to thank the cities in their response to the emergency as well. The city of Leander sent Swift Water Rescue to assist in Liberty Hill, and we are grateful for that. Sheriff's Office, EMS, Fire Marshal, and I also want to thank the Texas Parks and Wildlife. They not only assisted in the rescue, but they came in at shift change and provided some much needed relief from our workers who had put in a 24-hour shift. I want to thank the United States Army in Fort Hood, who used a helicopter, as I mentioned earlier, to rescue children from Hope House. The cities of Georgetown have done great as well. I know they sent city workers down. There's some homeless camps in the river to get them to safe ground and let them know that the waters were rising. I know the city of Georgetown, partially in Georgetown, is still under a water boil notice as well. A lot of people are calling and asking how they can help. We have a tremendous community that is always very charitable. So we are asking that you wait, pause momentarily as we assess the needs and the damage in the community so we can coordinate our efforts where they're needed the most. But they will be on our website. That's wilcotx.gov. What I do know right now is that Williamson County is a very resilient community. We have excellent first responders and EMS. We are also a community of faith, and Governor Abbott has declared today a day of prayer, and I definitely encourage our community to join in prayer, pray for the lives lost, pray for the families left behind, and pray for our community who's suffering right now. Not only Williamson County, but across the state of Texas. Thank you. Any questions? Yes.
Hi, I have a question, as far as the unaccounted or missing folks, you say there's two. I've been chatting with folks in the Sandy Creek area near Leander, and I understand part of that 78641 zip code goes into Travis County, I believe, part of it, but the majority of it is in Leander. They say they still have multiple people missing, families that have not been able to get in contact with residents of that area. I'm curious, have y'all been working with those folks in that area that were also hit by flooding?
I'll let the sheriff answer that question. I know just the information we just have the two missing. I know there's lots of rumors circulating around as well, but I'll let the sheriff answer specific to missing persons.
I believe most of that Sandy Creek area is in Travis County, so Travis County Sheriff's Office would be working
So it'd
that.
be on the Travis County,
That's correct.
unaccounted,
Yes.
okay. Even in the Leander city?
Even though it says Leander,
Okay.
that Sandy Creek area is largely Travis County.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Yes.
Do you think your evacuation response was early enough to save lives?
So I will introduce y'all to Bill Zito. He's our Director of Emergency Services in the county to talk about the proactive things that the county did and the efforts we took to save as many lives as possible in our ongoing recovery efforts.
So yeah, Bill Zito, Senior Director and Chief of Emergency Services for Williamson County. To your point, I think yes. I think we took as proactive approach as we could once we realized and knew the flooding levels were going to be as dangerous as they were. We immediately started looking at our low-lying areas and proactively started sending messages. As the sheriff and the mayor or the judge explained, we had folks go out door to door, and you can't get everybody, right? You try, you message, you go out, you try to communicate face to face, but you're always going to have that one person or two people that take that risk and drive through that, that rushing water that they shouldn't. It's unfortunate, and we're sad to lose people, but I do believe the county as a whole did a fantastic job, and we have minimal lives lost because of it. So.
To that effort, the county and many counties have similar efforts where they can draw a geographic map around an area and send those emergency messages not only to residents but anyone driving through that area. It becomes more and more difficult at night. People driving through water they might not see, but the efforts of using technology proactively to get the word out, I think, saved many lives. And then the fact that our people went door to door, as Bill Zito and the sheriff mentioned, saved lives and property.
Well, like how it was kind of hard to pinpoint where all the heavy rain and the flooding was going to be in Kirk County, did you guys have a similar issue with, determining where the water was going to hit or anything like that?
I don't know if either one of y'all, yeah.
Realistically, we look at flood models, we look at historical flooding, and we kind of know our county vulnerable areas. We've had, again, like 2017, we've had other major flooding events in this area that we know pretty much where we need to go right away. The sheriff and deputies, they're out there every day. They know what's going to flood. So we're able to kind of predict a little bit ahead of time. You can't predict everything. You don't know exactly how much rain you're going to get. And I believe we had like 9 inches drop over Liberty Hill. But, in terms of being able to at least have a sense of where the vulnerable areas are and proactively get out there, we were able to do that.
If someone does want to report someone missing, is there a number that they can call?
So they should call 911, or they can call the non-emergency number to 911 and report that, right? And so also, some of these folks that we know were missing, right, were initial call-ins that as we try to rescue or try to make contact getting back to them, if we did not hear a response from them, then we would continue to look for that person, right? So.
All right, very good.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you for being here.
Do we have a time for the next update?
We'll send something out this afternoon, probably before 5 o'clock.
Okay. Thank y'all very much. Yep.